Okay, let's get this shared out. Hey there, Dalton. How are you doing? Ooh, let me get that turned off. Okay, there we go. I'm doing pretty good. Just been a busy morning. Busy morning, which is good. I need to be busy. Busy day, busy day. I'm working on a couple of mystery jig boxes. Hey there, Richard. Good morning. Thank you. Okay, first one. Which is the first one we're going to do? Okay, we're going to do this one here. Okay, I'm going to be probably working on a mystery jig box for most of the day, or a couple of them. So I'm not going to be building just one. I'm going to be building a couple of mystery jig boxes. Well, I'm going to be working on 3 mystery jig boxes. That's what I'm doing today. We did. We got quite a few. Yep. And very pleased with it. We worked pretty good. We sold a bunch of mystery jig boxes, and sold a couple of rods too. But yeah, we did good. Yeah, copy the link. Yep. Get these pulled out. So with the mystery jig box, again, you get about you get a lot of lures from our website. You get lures that I've done in the past. Unfortunately, I haven't named every single lure that I've done. I need to do that. I need to catalog our lures a lot better. Getting some stuff cleared out. Oh my goodness, I got all kinds of messiness over here. Okay, let's get all that. Okay, we got a pretty good clean table, or decently clean table. Okay, let's go ahead and get these work done. But I'm doing pretty good today. Doing pretty good. I'm actually working on a couple of boxes are going to be for Deborah. She ordered the 2 sizes that we've sold a lot of this week, which are the 32nds and the 16ths. So, with that being said, I'm going to be working on a 32nd ounce and also a 1/16 ounce. Okay, so let's get this started here. I'm not doing any music today or this morning. Later on I will. I want to get one video out there to where that will allow me to do what I got to do. Doesn't make sense, but anyway, this is a 16th ounce. Been busy, yeah. So the orders have they gone out yet? I don't know if the post office lady, I think she's been here already. She may have been here already. Yeah, we sold a few rods yesterday and the day before. Kind of weird with yesterday being a holiday. My whole week's gonna get thrown off because this feels like a Monday to me. Feels like a Monday. Yeah, we got a little bit of misting today. Uh, there's chances of rain this morning. Our yard is muddied up. Welcome in if you're brand new. My name is Ruben Flores. My wife Stephanie and I own the Ruben Flores Jig Company, as well as Flowcast, America's Finest, and Flow Jigs. I'm working on a mystery jig box, or a couple of mystery jig boxes. Hey Tim, how's it going there? Yeah, Tim was this last. He was last Friday's winner for the drawing. Picking up next week, yeah. Here, I'm going to bring you guys in because some of these lures they look really good. Trying to stay dry. It's still raining down there. Yeah, it's been misting here. It finally stopped, but it finally stopped. But for how long? We don't know how long. If you guys don't know Timothy, he used to live a little north of us. Now he lives a little south of us. My wife went out to get her hair done, and she also went to go be with one of her friends. They're getting ready to handle an estate sale for a lady who's going to be moving to California. So you guys, if you're coming in for the first time, you're coming in on a pretty good episode here. I'll be doing a lot of different colors. I'll be tying the colors either in 3s or 6s. Hey there, Clan. How's it going there? Hey there, Burke. How are you doing? I've had a pretty good day so far. Just been busy getting orders packed and shipped out. We had to put all the smaller boxes in a big box, so the post office lady could get them all, you know, so we're not dropping boxes everywhere. Hey there, Kraft. How you doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning and good evening to everybody. This here is Marabou. I'm working with Marabou this morning. It's a little bit too thin. I should have left this piece on there. There we go. Another beautiful day in Arkansas. Yeah. Hey there, Randy. How are you doing? I thought did you get your procedure done, or you get that done this afternoon, don't you? You guys make sure to pray for Mr. Randy there. Going to be doing a lot of different colors today. Yeah, he lost his house, and he's getting ready to go in this evening or this afternoon for a procedure. You guys make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I do go live here every day. Every day, every day. Oh man, didn't see that. Okay, I need something else with a little bit of red. Something else with a little bit of red. I got to get all these heads with each other here. So I'm going to be doing some 30 seconds and some 16th ounce. Okay, where's the chrome? Where's the yellow? Okay, let's work on this yellow here. I think this yellow is going to be the next color up. Green, and boom, boom, and boom. Ah, who did that? What is that there? Timothy? Ah, welcome to Jig Nation. I appreciate that. Thank you a bunch. You guys make sure to give Tim WW for the win-win. Nice, articulate. Hellgrammite. Yes, I used to fish with Hellgrammites. Yeah, some of you guys make really nice Hellgrammites. Going camping this weekend on a really good. Oh, wow. Yep. Finally figured out how to join Jig Nation. Had to use my work phone. Yep. Yeah, sometimes you can't do stuff on a regular phone. Sometimes you have to log in on the website instead of going in on your app. Sometimes you got to come in on through a website. Okay, let's get some blue thread. No, let's get some white thread. Get some white. Okay, I'm going to pull out some special feathers here, so I'll be right back. Where's my light blue cape? I've got a cape around here somewhere. I'm not talking about my Superman suit. Well, this will work. This will work. This is saddle hackle. I know some saddle hackle on. Well, should we go with saddle hackle on this one? No, I'll save the saddle hackle for the other one. Let's see. I am all in a mishmash of what to do here. Let's just go with yellow. What do we got in yellow? I Let's get some yellow out here. Okay. Got the squeaks this morning. Got the squeaks. Are you asking me? Oh, Clan. You're asking Clan. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, Burke, you ought to know that by now. I target sharks with my lures. So some of these will be going into Deborah's mystery jig box. Some of them will be going into another mystery jig box. Deborah ordered 2 of them yesterday. Okay, I'm going to fix this problem here with the squeaks. I don't always do this. That'll help it out a little bit. Put a little bit of dubbing wax on there. I was watching a guy a while back, and it kind of makes sense what this guy was doing, but instead of actual dubbing wax this guy was using, he was using chapstick. Have you guys ever used chapstick? Any of you guys that tie fly fish and stuff? So it'll take care of the squeaks for a little bit when I put that dubbing wax on here. It'll go back to squeaking here sometime, but I know sometimes it gets annoying hearing the squeaks. Okay, I'm piecing this together. The marabou that I have here is pretty long. So I'm going to be piecing out the smaller ones and get rid of some of the stuff that I have here. Bowstring wax, yeah. I imagine it works, you know, the chapstick will. I imagine pull out some of that Susie chapstick, some Carmex. Now what I'm speaking in here may be taboo to some of these people that are the super professionals at what they do. But hey, sometimes you got to use what you got. Isn't that what Fancy's mom told her? You got to use what you got. Beeswax, yep. My wife would go nuts to go to a Dolly Parton concert. I'm gonna I'll see if she ever has a concert again. My wife would go crazy over that. Or Reba McEntire, any of those. She'd love to go to one of those. Yeah, the Memorial Day sale is over. And you know, we didn't get any late night orders. I was expecting a couple, but we didn't get any. And that's okay. We got plenty of orders. So Mystery Jig Box has basically 6 dozen lures in it. It'll contain lures from our website as well as lures that are not on the website. We build them in a 1/32, 16th, and a 1/8 ounce. And we also do some with eyes. And those are the ones that say deluxe. We had been using Spro boxes, but we're getting ready to change back over to the Gamakatsu boxes. So in either case, you're going to get a really fine box. They're both made by the same company. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. That means if my lips get chapped, I can pull out my Devon wax and do my lips up. I never even thought about that. It did take the squeaks away, though. The squeaks are gone. Oh, really? Yeah. Wayman bought 2 of them a couple of days ago, and then Deborah bought the Striker and the Ninja. Yeah, we'll have some more sales here. We'll have some more. We'll have a bunch more sales. The problem I run into sometimes when I have a sale is sometimes you'll have some local people come by and they're like, "Oh man, I saw that you had it on sale." And they'll come to me like even a week or 2 later. They're like, "I missed the sale," and they want me to give them the sale, they want me to sell it to them as if it were still on sale 2 weeks later. So we get people like that all the time, and like, man, don't you? Or they'll come in and haggle the price, and it's like, man, do you go to McDonald's and haggle with them too? But no, the sale is over. We're gonna have more sales. Right now, we still have the Jig 20 sale. That's 20% off on all our jigs with the discount code JIG20, and which is a really good deal. And you can still save 20% on the mystery jig box, I believe. No, I don't know if I have that one in there or not. I'm not sure if the mystery boxes are included. Well, thank you there. Appreciate that. Jigs are cheaper, better quality. Most people, yeah, I know. Yeah, we get that. We get some people that are, some of the locals are like, man, I just can't justify paying $5 for 3 jigs. And we had to make a decision a couple years back. Do I want to be just the local dude that sells his jigs for, hardly anything? Or do we want to grow our business? And because the cost of living is different in every state. Oh, golly, cut too much off. The cost of living is different in every state. And, what may be inexpensive here, well, what may be kind of expensive here in Oklahoma may be super cheap in a different, if somebody's ordering from a different state. We actually had people that were like, you'll never make any money if you're selling a pack of 3 jigs for $6. Oh man, I just totally loud step on this one every which way. This is a 1/16 ounce, and I'm tying it as if it were a 1/32. Yeah, sometimes I mess up too, guys. Sometimes I goof up big time. Okay, here I'm going to do this. Dalton. Oh, you sent a membership. Who got the membership in here? I'm doing good. I can't gift memberships. You just did it there, Dalton. Somebody got a membership in here. Caden got it. Oh, Caden's a member now. Hey there, Caden. I see it now. I appreciate that, Dalton. And thank you, Caden, for coming in here every day. Caden watches pretty much every day. He's been watching almost since day one here with me on YouTube. Oh, good, 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 good. Hey there, Colby. Again, I do appreciate everybody on the channel, and thank you guys for all the support too. I'm doing good. I'm going to try to find a chiropractor later on today. Try to schedule me an appointment. I do have an appointment with a orthopedic doctor. Ah, my goodness, somebody else got a membership too. Who did that? Florida woman, Jamie got it. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome in. You're now a flow bro. Jamie's now a flow bro. Are you still in here, Richard? Hey there. Hey, Jeff. How you doing there, Charles? I can't remember how we came up with the flow bro, but we did that a couple of years ago. Richard and Remington and all of us, a couple years back on the other channel. Ah, Randy sent a membership. Oh my goodness, thank you. Recoup. Hey there, Cooper. Cooper is now a flow bro. How's it going, Cooper? I've still been looking for the Texas A&M color. Yep, you guys make sure to throw out some W's for the people that are throwing out the gifts. The gifties for the guy that's in his 50s. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for that there. I got to write that down there, Randy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll be doing another drawing this Friday. Oh my goodness, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody in the channel. I'm working on mystery jig boxes this morning, so I'm going to be tying up a bunch of different colors. I stayed up last night to watch my Oklahoma City Thunder win. Tonight I'll be watching Richard and Remington's team face the New York Knicks. Yeah, you think Remington started? Hey there, Scott. Welcome in. Yeah, that Remington, he has my sense of humor. He kind of has my weird Dr. Demento style of humor. The Weird Al Yankovic and Dr. Demento. Any of you guys ever remember Dr. Demento? I used to listen to him on the radio. Somebody gifted you a membership there, Cooper. What should be? Yeah. Good dry fly patterns that aren't mayflies, caddises. I don't know about that there. Oh my goodness, Dalton. Oh my, oh my. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all the love there, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget to like. Yep, thank you so much, Dalton. I've had some people in the past when I was on TikTok. Um, we were super busy. We they would be days we get 30, 40 orders, and I would work in the shop late, and I would go on TikTok. And because I went there and started live streaming, I'm working there late. And when COVID had ended and a lot of people went back to work and a lot of people had already spent their COVID money, their COVID checks, we slowed down a little bit, and I just went more to just doing daytime stuff. And there were a few people that were like, if you go to daytime, you're not going to get as many viewers. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But I appreciate it. We got 75 people here during the day. Appreciate everybody in here. I put a little bit of the red glitter on this one here. You guys see the red glitter? Boom, 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 boom. Our post office lady's here. Give me a second here. I'm gonna go catch her. I got the mail out on the front to where she didn't have to walk through the mud. Did you get everything okay? I appreciate it. We had a Memorial Day sale. Oh, we needed it. Well, I'll see you later, okay? You too. Can you guys hear me when I was out there? Yeah. That's our post office lady there. She's a sweetie pie. Good lady. Let's see, go to class, yep. Okay, let's get back to work. Yeah, I didn't want her to walk through the mud, so I had our boxes out there. We had a bunch of them. We had a bunch of orders. Yeah, we're probably gonna make every day Memorial Day, and we'll have a national potato day sale. We'll have a cheeseburger day sale because it's National Cheeseburger Day. Hey, Mr. Wayman. Wayman's in here? Yep, you guys can still use the JIG20 code. JIG20 will save you 20%. I'm working on Deborah's mystery jig box. I think Wayman may, and some of the other people in here may have talked her into getting a mystery jig box. Yeah, her boxes will be going out tomorrow. She ordered a couple of throw boxes and some mystery jig boxes. Am I in the drawing? You will be now. Everybody that's a member will be in the drawing. We'll have a lot of names on the drawing now. Yeah, everybody that's a member will be in the drawing now. You guys just got a 1-month membership, and you guys need to thank the people that are gifting out the memberships too. It'll make the drawing a little more exciting. I'll pay you Tuesday for some jigs today. Let's see. I don't know. I can't count them right now, Cooper. Yeah, right now, you just have one in there, as far as I know. Yeah, when you do the $5 gift, that gets you in there one time. If you're a member and you gift out 5, you'll have 2 spots. Okay, let's go to the next color. I'm going to shrink this back up. Boom. Let's get the next color going. Okay, let's get these yellow feathers put up. Where's the yellow feather bag? The yellow feather bag. Oh, here's the yellow feather bag. I should have, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of spots. Yeah. I don't know how many spots, but I'll count them up on Friday. I'm in Norway. We actually have a week long. Oh, you do? We needed children to pick potatoes, and we still have. Oh, really? What is it called? What is that potato picking day called? Is it just the potato day? Is it? That would be like Orida. We're having an Orida holiday. Okay, we're going to do another color here. We're going to do some black. I believe every day here in the U.S. that people want to make it National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. He's a flow bro. Crappie Man's a flow bro. With that, welcome there, Crappie Man. Oh my goodness, Randy, you again. Yep, you're going to end up having about 40 spots on the wheel next time. Oh my goodness. Yep, welcome in. Welcome in to all my flow bros in the channel. Okay, we're going to get some black feathers. We need some black feathers, guys. That's brown. Today I'm working on mystery jig boxes, and I build more mystery jig boxes if I work on 2 or 3 at the same time. So that's what I'm doing right now. I do have an order for a couple of them that are going to be going out tomorrow, but I'm actually working on a couple of them. I'm working on basically 3 mystery jig boxes right now. Don't you need to be tying wedge tails? Me or Mr. Crappie? Mr. Crappie man there. Me, I have some of the wedges that I bought years ago, but I don't really tie. At that time, I'm like, you know what? I just can't. I just don't have. At that time, I had a friend cut them for me, and he still cuts silicone for me too. When he cuts the or what you call the like these silicone tabs. I'm thinking about selling those here pretty soon. But no, those wedge tails are pretty cool. They're pretty cool. But there's a lot of things that they come and go. It's like those axe heads or those wedge heads. There were people tying them things up 12, 13 years ago. And they kind of faded away and then they came back. I think with what Woods and Water is doing is a pretty cool thing. I think that trend is going to stick around for a while. Because before then, everybody had to either cut their wedge tails themselves, or you had a couple of outfits that would cut them for you, but they wouldn't really. They just, they're so expensive. You tie them, love them. Yeah, they're fun to tie. They're easy. You could probably tie. If I did wedge tails, I could probably do it. If I really wanted to, I could probably tie 1,000 in one day. Yep, because you don't have to worry about flashing or anything like that. And if all the wedge tails are cut pretty clean, you could tie a bunch. I'd like to get that stuff to do wedge tails, but we stay busy with what we do. You could do 2,000, yeah. No, the most I've ever done was 800 jigs, marabou jigs in one day. That's the most I've ever tied. I'll probably never tie that again because I did that a long time ago. Did that a long time ago when my hands were a lot better. Okay, let's get some gold flash. No, what am I doing here? Am I going to do that? Yeah, let's go gold. We're going to go gold. We're going to be a little bit different here. This is I had a black and gold jig that I've done in the past, and I've done it a couple of different ways. One of them is called the Commodore jig, and it's basically with again, I've done some with a black head, a gold body, and a black tail, and then I've done some with a gold body, a gold head, gold body, black tail, and those have for the longest times have been our Commodore jigs. I don't tie a whole lot of them, but they are a good color. They're a really good color. Yeah, don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I have done wedge tails in the past, but um, at that time there wasn't a Woods and Waters that was selling them, and the people I was getting them from, uh, they didn't have them cut. They weren't the best cutters in the world, put it that way. And there's a company out here that they do make silicone tabs, but and it's the same company that did the wedge tails for me. But I just don't trust them to cut everything. The silicone tabs weren't the greatest. You know, I'll just put it that way. I mean, they were good silicone. It just the cuts were lousy. And they're nice people too. They're really good people there. But yeah, you cut them really good and fast and all that. Some pretty cool things going on in the lure world. Turner, that gold purple flake plastic was fire. B is that Bjormy? Thanks for coming in. I do have fun trying to pronounce all these names. I know I tear these names up. Yeah, if you come from a different country, be sure that I'm going to be tearing up your name. You know, not fishing. These are for fishing though. Yep, these are for fishing. Richard, were you the one that was asking me about how to cut marabou? Since I'm working on marabou right now, I could kind of explain some of the stuff. Years ago, when I started tying, the very first jigs I ever tied were with marabou. I had no knowledge about cutting hackle or learning, you know, to work with it, and for the first couple of years, I just that's all I messed with was marabou. I would see the neck hackle, and I'm very thankful we had a tackle store near me, which was Nabatac Outdoors. They carried Wapsi products. So again, when I first started making lures, I had hardly any money. I had worked for an agency that worked for the government, and we inspected houses and did things like that. And it was a really good company. And but on the side, I always did catering stuff. But when I got hurt, I couldn't do the catering on the side anymore. And so I ended up getting into lure making, and it was very therapeutic but I had hardly any money. So, you know, but when I first started tying jigs, I was catching some really nice big crappie, and that kind of launched me into selling lures and stuff. And so that's what I ended up doing. But in the beginning, I had hardly any money, so I'm using marabou, and I would save money and buy a new color. I think my very first colors were white and chartreuse that I would purchase. And if I made a little more money, I used the money to buy more materials, and that's what I did. So you have some feathers that are kind of stumpies, like that one there. You could still make lures with it. You just may have to do some V cuts with it. And I started doing V cuts long before I ever messed with neck hackle. So you could take that right there and go, man, you know, that feather really stinks. And then you got that one there that's like, wow, that one looks a lot better. Sometimes the one that looks better may not be the better one. But on this, and because I tied smaller lures, I was able to use the smaller feathers and not have as much waste. Oh man, let me get this over here. So you can use the smaller feathers, and I've seen a lot of people, they'll take a little 1/32 like this. They'll take a big old piece like that. They'll cut it, they'll cut it right there. Let's just say they're going to work on an 1.5 or 2 inch bait. They'll take that piece and just connect it, and it looks all nice and fold out, which is good. But they're going to end up wasting all this stuff. And I've seen people on their live streams, they'll cut this part off and they'll throw all this stuff away. And a lot of that's because they just don't know how to work with them. Again, you could make these V cuts, and once you make a V cut, and I'm going to make one right here because I'm going to use this one on the 16th ounce. You got that piece right there. I'll use that on the 16th. And you could do this also. You can do some other V cuts too. And so maybe I could make maybe 2 more jigs, maybe 2.5 jigs with this. Another thing you can do is take your feather, and if you've ever seen people, and you go to the barber shop or you go to the hairstylist and they got your hair and they're doing that kind of a cut, the concept's there to do this too. You can get more feathers and use up all your product and not have as much waste by taking a piece of the feather like that and just cutting it, not like this, but down here. And I'll show that here in just a bit. Hey, Deborah, I am working on your order right now. I'm working on a couple of your boxes, and also I'm also building up the another box too. I appreciate you. Thank you for the order too last night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They're getting get ready for anesthesia. Okay. Well, I hope everything goes well for you, and make sure everybody pray for Randy. Keep him in your prayers. He's having a procedure done. Oh yeah, yeah. John's a pretty good guy. John's pretty knowledgeable. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Okay. I'm going to take that V cut that I just did a while ago, and I'm going to go ahead and use it on this 1/16 I'm getting ready to tie. And Deborah, your rods, they did ship out. They shipped out this morning. So this one here is a chrome head. It does have a gold eye on it. Now I'm going to take that V cut that I just did a while ago, if I could find it. And that's going to go right here. So I'm going to get my measurement where I need it. And I'm going to take my other hand. I'm going to pinch it right there. And I'm going to cut this piece. I'm going to cut it down here next to my basket. And there you go. That's for the 1/16 ounce. Hey there, Anti. How's it going there, my friend? Okay, the next jig I'm going to make, I'm not going to use a V-cut. I'm just going to do, I'm going to cut it the other way that I showed you guys a while ago. Yep, you got the 16th and the 32nd. This is a 16th. This will be going in your box. I think you'll be pleased with this. Anytime you have metallic colors, they do work good in muddy water, but they also work good in clear water. Especially the metallic colors. If you're fishing and it's a sunny day and the fish are kind of in the shallows, you're going to have that sunlight bounce off the metallic colors. It's going to look pretty good, and hopefully you'll get a lot of fish. Yeah, that one is really cool. I do like that one quite a bit. I'm glad I'm getting my order today. I'm out of the 64th, and I have order for 50. Yep. Oh yeah. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. We do sell unpainted jig heads. If you're in the channel, right now we're just doing the Aberdeen hooks, and we're going to have a different classification for eagle claw hooks and mustad hooks, and we're going to offer the sickle hooks here pretty soon too. Okay, now I'm going to take that one feather that I took the V-cut off a while ago. And, well, I'm going to do another V-cut. I'm going to take the V-cut off that. I'm going to take this here. This one here may, yeah, this one here is going to, I may have to put a couple of pieces there. Oh, well, thank you there, Caden. Man, we are building up our subscribers here pretty fast with you guys gifting them and everything. I do appreciate that a bunch. I do appreciate that a lot. Okay, I'm going to take this here. I'm going to take some pieces just like that. Cut it right there. Oh my goodness. I'm going to add that right here. I have a spare braided hook. I'm going to try to find something to wrap around it. Make something like that. Oh, that'll be good. Some of you guys don't know it. I tried making lures when I was a teenager. Now, I never crappie fished, but I would use crappie style plastics, and I would use them to catch perch. And I would also catch bass with them too. But I was probably, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old, somewhere in there. And I used to get the Bass Pro catalogs, and I would order plastics, and I ordered a mold, and I can't remember the name of the mold, but it made one lure. That's all it made. It made about a 3-inch type of worm-looking thing, and I would take whatever plastics that I didn't use anymore. I'd melt them down and pour them. And then my very first lure I ever tied, you guys are going to think I'm crazy because it's not even really a lure. I took a hook, like a bass hook, and I took this. We were catching so many bass this one day. We were floating down the Guadalupe River, and we kind of stopped off to, eat our sandwiches or whatever. And we were like in inner tubes. And I found this little parachute man. If you guys have ever seen the little bitty plastic figurines, and they came with a parachute, you throw it up in the air and they'd come floating down. Well, I took fishing line and tied one of those little parachute men uh, to the hook, and I caught a bass with it. So I don't really consider that my lure making, but you know, it's something there that as a teenager I tried out, and it actually worked. I used a lot. I did that when I was a lot little younger, but I tied that little figurine on there, and I actually caught a bass with it. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys throwing out the gifts, the membership gifts. Yeah, I finally figured that out the other night. I figured out you got to have a membership that's under $5. I don't know how much I'm getting out of it, but I appreciate you guys doing that. Was with the coin, yeah. And I'd seen people, friends of mine, they would take, you know, bottle caps from beer or pop or whatever soda, and they would put that on a hook to make a kind of like a spoon. I had a fella contact me. He was from Canada, and he made bottle cap lures. And he wanted me to promote his lures on my TikTok channel. And I didn't feel comfortable with it because, you know, I make my own lures. And he was going to give me like 2 or 3 of them. And he was from Canada. And it is a really well-known company, the company he owns. But he made bottle cap lures. And they would put all kinds of insignias on there, company logos and stuff like that. But he was wanting me to more so sell them, and I didn't want to get into selling them. Tied was a turkey feather from my first turkey. Oh, cool. I need to start getting turkey feathers, or I guess what you call them. I don't know what you call them. Again, I'm not much into the fly fishing type, you know, scene. So I do know what, you know, streamers and things like that, but you know, I'm still kind of learning the, oh, how'd I say, the names of certain feathers and stuff that people use for fly fishing flies. Again, these are for a mystery jig box, and a mystery jig box will have 72 lures. It'll have 24 colors. You get a lot. You get a very, very large selection. You get lures that are from our site, and then lures that I've done in the past, you know, via Instagram, Facebook, eBay, Etsy, all those things that we used to have. Okay, we're going to start setting up for another color. Okay, we're going to go with the pink head, a candy pink. We're going to go with some candy pink. Okay, where's that box of black feathers? Hey, SC, how's it going? South Carolina Elevate, is that what it is? Oh, no. Oh, Remington's in the channel. How you doing, Remington? Yeah, his order went out too today. Remington had some, he had some jig heads go out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out our shrimp pink thread. No, I don't have any lead-free jigs. No, I sure don't. No. Okay, let's pull out some baby blue feathers. Yep, remember to wash your hands. Yep, I do, we do lead jigs. Every so often I'll use beads. I don't use beads a whole lot. And I got a lot of beads. I got a ton of beads. But I had a friend of mine that was lead poisoned about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. And he's a friend through Facebook. And nice guy. Uh, he had, and I understand, you know, his point of view on it because he got lead poisoned and he didn't tie any more lead jigs. Yeah, he ended up going to beads. But I've been tying, making lures for about, 14 and a half years. I get tested all the time, and I've never had any issues with uh, lead poisoning. Oh my goodness. We got those kind of people in here. Do you see that, Richard Remington? Or is it just me? Yeah, it is expensive. Yep. Do you see where it says notification? Yeah, I don't know if that's somebody spamming it. Somebody zap them. Yeah. Yeah, they do that on TikTok too. I don't know why they do that. I guess they have fun doing it. Yeah, you see it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, some people just don't have a life like me. I remember when I used to have a life. Okay, I'm going to do these up a little differently than what I normally do. Normally, I don't use the tips for 1/32 ounce. I think I'm going to use tips on this one here. Yeah, this is saddle hackle, and the difference with the saddle hackle is you're going to have more fuzz down here. It'll be more of a skinnier feather. Super skinny. Okay, let's go. Let's get this one done. Yeah, just people being people. People being people. Have I used other material for tails? Yeah, I've used all kinds of turkey feathers, duck feathers. I've used raccoon tail, coon tail. I've used squirrel, kiptail, synthetics of all sorts, whether they be rubber or whether they be silicone. I've used guinea feathers, peacock feathers. Remington. You don't say Remington anymore. It says Emmington. What happened to your name, Remington? I've used bucktail. I've used deer fur. Use a lot of stuff. Oh, I've also used dog hair. Yeah, when we had Molly, she was a long-haired dog. I took some of her hair and made a lure out of it. That little Molly. Yeah, she passed away a few months back. She was a good dog. I got her when I was inspecting a house. The lady that had Molly had a bunch of them, and Molly was a little bit different than the others that were in her litter. And she came right up to me and was friendly, and I was petting Molly, and I had to inspect this lady's house for lead, for also air compression, and back then I think I had a Razor phone or a BlackBerry phone. Sent my wife the picture. Back then it took like 30 minutes for my wife to get the picture, and so we brought Molly home. Yeah, guys. Along with some guinea feathers, woolly booger, yep, plumes. Yep. Yeah, she's a cutie pie dog. She's a mix of 3 different dogs. Just found a peacock feather in my room. I got in a zoo. Oh, cool. Yeah, Remington sent me some peacock feathers a while back. I tied Jeff. He under YouTube. He's Charles here. I don't know if he's in here right now, but tied him some peacock jigs. Made them part of the tail for his jigs. Yeah, I've had people come by and they brought me, like dove feathers, owl feathers, all kinds of feathers. Even had a fella bring me some eagle feathers. Now, I don't think you can tie with eagle's feathers, but he had an eagle nesting in his property and found a couple of the feathers. Now, I'd been told you can't use an eagle feather to tie lures with, but I don't know. I've never searched it. I think I still have that feather somewhere around here. Yeah, tie some jigs. Yep. I made a jig. It's actually decent. Oh, well, cool. Yeah, these are going to be part of Deborah's box and possibly part of a different box. I'm tying a bunch of. I'm just going to work on mystery jig boxes today if I can. If For the most part of the day, I'm going to just try to build up as many mystery jig boxes as I can. So no two mystery jig boxes are the exact same. When you buy one from us, they're all going to be different. Well, I've only tied two identical, and that was a long time ago. I had a fella that had twin boys. He wanted them to have the same exact box, and which made it easier on me because I had to tie them both at the same time. Our lake is almost 6 foot high here on Ulaga Lake. We're going to get a little break in the weather. We're not going to get as much rain today, but we're supposed to get some more rain Thursday. We're just going to have little sprinkle showers here and there. Do appreciate everybody in the channel today. Oh, I got to redo that. I'm still trying to get this cotton candy chenille. This is really nice. Really, really pretty color. Okay, now we're going to go to a bigger one here. We're going to go to a 1/16. Oh, well, thank you there, Dalton. Yeah, I'd like to where we can sell it, but it is the cotton candy chenille, or that we have for a cotton candy jig. I bet Deborah is going to have the same problem. Can't stop looking at the mystery jig boxes. Yeah, they all look nice, and they're just really good boxes. Yeah, you guys. Right now we do have them marked down. I mean, we've marked every single one of them down by $10, and you could still save 10% on top of that if you use Flow 10. For somebody wanting to get a mystery jig box, you're going to save a little bit of money that way. And we get a lot of orders that don't have they don't use the discount codes. Hey, country kid. You said you would mod me. Why don't you mod me? Mod me first. Mod me first, and then I'll mod you. Why did you guys want to be a mod? There's no fun in being a mod. Yeah, if you're a mod for me, I end up yelling at everybody at the end of the day. I get bossy when you mod for me. You don't want to be a mod for me. No. Do I ship international? Yes, I have. I do. I don't. The website doesn't operate that way. But if you send me a message on our website, um, we could kind of correspond, and we can kind of find out what shipping is and all that. We quit doing the website where it ships out international because it just at that time the website couldn't how do you say, the money factor was a big deal, you know, with the change of currency and all that. Well, Country Kid, just I don't mod people for the most part if they ask me to be a mod. If you're in the channel every day, and since you're a kid, if you behave correctly, like Burke does, Burke is a teenager. I think he's a teenager. I hope he's not like 5 or 6 years old. But you know, if you're in the channel and you're helping out the channel, uh, you know eventually you become a mod. Burke's pretty much the only one that's not 18, and I think Caden too. Caden comes in and he doesn't act like a crazy teen or a delinquent for the most part. And so they're, you know, some of the a few of the young people that I have. Yep, yep. Oh, my wife's back home. But yeah, just because you ask to be a mod, that doesn't help your cause. Okay, I'm going to put you on timeout for about 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll just do 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm not trying to be mean, but these are the same kids that probably beg their mom for a video game, and the mom probably gives them their video game because they don't want to hear them any longer. I'll just keep acting bad till I get what I want. So when I put him in timeout, does that mean he can't see anything in here? Can somebody help me with that? I have mod and multiple channels. Yeah. Well, one time I put somebody in as a mod, and they kept booting everybody out. And I'm like, this is crazy. I can't have this. This ain't going to happen any longer. Oh, he just can't respond. Yeah. But it just you know, if you're a kid, don't worry about it. You don't need to be a mod. Yeah, I only put him in timeout for a minute, so you can probably hear that too in a little bit. It's hard to start business like this. Yeah, it is. It is a little bit. Yeah. Hey there, John. Uh, yeah, I don't advise this for. You're not going to make a lot of money. Put it that way. There's only a few people that make a fairly decent amount, and I'm trying to work my way up there one day. One day I'll make enough to buy a cheeseburger. I only have asked not to be. Yeah, but I get it over on TikTok too all the time. On TikTok, it's worse because you get in the summertime and on the holidays you get all these young people, and not only that, you only get 30 mods over there. I don't know if there's a limit here on YouTube, but every so often I'll go on our TikTok and it'll show you when the last time somebody watched your live, if they're a mod for you. I don't know if they do that stuff here, but it'll show you activity over there. But we get young people asking all the time to be a mod. And it's like, why do you want to be a mod? I only timed him out for 1 minute. I mean, he could come back in and start talking, but just don't stay off that subject of wanting to be a mod. Yeah, I do this full time, pouring, painting, tying. Yep. Ah, I see, Rummy. Yep. Uh, yep. Yeah, it's not. Some people have this mentality where they think about, they're going to make lures, they're going to do it full time, they're going to make gobs and gobs of money. But it's one of them things where you end up, you're probably not going to make real good money for the first 5 years, because the first 5 years you're going to be investing like a lot of material. You're going to invest money into getting material, tools. Uh, you're going to have setbacks as far as you do something and you haven't been doing it the right way. And now you got to straighten up the ship and get it going the right path, because and it's just little things that you got to learn the long way. I've seen people quit their good jobs. They got benefits at their jobs, and then they want to become bait makers, or in some cases they want to be TikTok stars or YouTube stars, and they're going to think, I could get more followers if I start selling lures, and I could be a superstar and all that. But it's just not the case for everybody. I know some really good jig tires that are on TikTok, and they go live every single day. They go live. They go live for probably 4 or 5 hours a day, and they tie really good lures. I'm not going to say their name or anything like that, but they'll only have like 1,500 to 4,000 followers, and and uh, and some of these people, they've quit their job and they've taken setbacks financially, and I feel bad for them. Me, on the other hand, we didn't have money coming into this, and we may have a little bit more money, after a few years, but I didn't have to rely on this when I went full time. It wasn't as big as a financial burden, because by that time I had a lot of the molds already bought. I had, a lot of the materials and stuff, and but starting scratch, you could get into it for $50 to $100. Get you a little fly tying kit. Um, Start out cheap, because uh, you don't know if you're going to like doing this. And if you've been tying jigs for a couple of years and you're pretty decent and you got a few customers, um, and you try to do this full time, and then you have to be, if you're going to do it full time and you do custom jigs, you got to be able to hustle new orders coming in, and it's kind of like you're in the house building business. You build houses, you got your employees building the houses, but in the meantime, you're keeping an eye and managing them just, a little bit, but you're also building up business because you're putting in new bids and you're trying to get more business coming in. And I did that, as a custom jig tire, and we ended up getting to the point where it's like, you know what, I hate being behind. We have orders coming in. We're always getting people that want to haggle me in price. Uh, some customers, they'll be with you on the phone for 2 hours, and you're on speakerphone and you're writing stuff down. And if you're doing custom orders, and then in some cases they're calling you up at midnight because they worked the night shift, and that's the only time they get off. I would like get the lure, no paint, just paint, and seal it and sell to my friends. Yep, yep. Making lures is easy, but selling them, yeah. And some people, and I'm going to use that statement right there. Some people will. Some people are very good at making lures, but they're not good business people, and or they may not be a good. And number three, they may not be a good. They're not good in. They're not really good in marketing, promoting the product. Uh, and then some people, they're not really good at making lures, but they're pretty good at business, and they could take a few losses, and they're not a really good bait maker. Their lures are cruddy, but they get enough new customers because they're really good at marketing and they're really good at doing business, to where they could always have they have new revenue coming in from new customers. And some of the customers are going to be happy with getting a lure in that quality or that condition or whatever it be. But they're not great bait makers, but they're really good at marketing. They're good at business. And sometimes it's hard to have all three of those qualities. Somebody who knows how to run a business, somebody who makes a good product, and then somebody who's really good at marketing. I think for me, marketing is not, I don't think it's one of my strong points, because these days with social media, I'm not that great of an editor. I don't feel like I'm that great of a communicator, but I do make a really good lure. And as far as business, I try to watch, and we manage things pretty good, Good. I do okay. So right now, guys, I'm gonna get ready to I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna go see my wife here in just a bit. Let me read these couple of messages here. Local shop would be good as well as well. Yep, yeah, that's always a good way to start there. Yep. I tell you what, making for a shop was probably one of the best lessons I ever had. I had a little tackle store called um, JD's Tackle Shop. Uh, there was already Nabatac, which is a big tackle shop, and then JD's Tackle Shop opened up, and he asked me if I could start making lures. At that time, I was making lures for him. He would pay me, I think, $4 a dozen, and he was paying his other jig tires $2 a dozen. And what he didn't know was that I could tie jigs really fast, and I could tie a whole lot of jigs. And so he ended up paying a lot of money, but um, I tied for his label, which was crappie time, and that was probably a really good lesson because that taught me how to to get all the lures looking the same length, the same thickness, and it was just a really good lesson because later on I would go to tackle stores when I actually uh, went into business for myself, and we go to tackle stores to try to sell them on our lures. One of the biggest complaints were, can you make three lures the same? And can you make them all the same? And can you make them all the same length? Can you make them the same thickness? Uh, do you have enough material to keep producing that product? And and uh, and so making jigs for that local tackle shop helped me out a bunch. I'd probably do small crankbaits for trout. Yep. So it's just one of them things. If you're wanting to get into business, or you want to do this on the side too, because not everybody that makes lures wants to do it full time, or they don't. To them, it's extra money. They tie a really good product. They know how to run a business, and they don't care about the marketing part. They just have a local need, and it does help if there's a local need in town. In my case, when I opened up, there was about two or three jig tires that did what I did, but they were all in their 70s and 80s, and I was the young buck in the group, And at that time, I was in my 40s, and so and there was a need. There was a need because all three of those jig makers, they only tied maybe 8 to 12 colors, and that's all they did. They had their few tackle stores. They were happy having two or three tackle stores apiece. And me, I'm like, I'm only going to get so much business with Claremore, and that's when we did eBay and Etsy, and I started putting pictures on Facebook. I'm like, I'm only going to get so many customers locally, but there is a need, and there was a need. A lot of people in town would buy lures from me, but I figured, you know what, I'd love to have a store, a website where, uh, I may not see the person's face or get to talk to them, but they'll buy my product, And if you guys have ever watched Shane Jones on here, and I can't remember his channel, but he has a pretty decent sized channel here on YouTube. I used to make lures for him, and he was one of our few eBay customers. But he did transfer to our website and all that, you know. Yep. So I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna grab me a little bite to eat. Yeah, it is lunchtime already. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you guys again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I do appreciate the likes. Thank you guys for the gifts and everything. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.